Apex Media is visiting the Hamburg, Germany headquarters of Lufthansa Technik, a global leader in aircraft MRO. Henning Jochman is head of cabin modifications here, and he's agreed to spend a little bit of time with us talking shop. So hi Henning, thank you so much for having us today at Lufthansa Technik in Hamburg and inside your awesome A320 mock-up here.
Good to have you here.
Thank you so much. So let's talk a little bit about what goes on at this site for Lufthansa Technik here in Hamburg. We are at the headquarters.
Yes, and maybe you know it, but Lufthansa Technik is one of the largest MRO provider, and MRO stands for maintenance, repair and overhaul. And if you look on maintenance, repair and overhaul, you see that there's a big amount of services that we offer to the market. Starting with engine overhaul, over digitization to base and line maintenance, components overhaul, and yeah, the whole value chain you need to operate safe an aircraft.
Mm-hmm. And this market, the MRO market, is quite massive. I mean, by some very cursory internet research anyway, I see that the market is approximately worth $75 billion US today and could grow to about $100 billion US by 2024 or 2025. Does that sound about right by your estimates?
Yeah, that's amazing figures, by the way, if you look on it. For the next 5 years, talking about such big things, that's what we also see for the market. It's one of the most growing markets, and the background, of course, is a new aircraft coming up in the market, and but there are more aircrafts in the air than ever before.
Right.
So, of course, the MRO business, this is a business, you need MRO.
Yeah.
Every aircraft needs MRO, and so that's a logical consequence that the market is growing in this way.
What portion of this market would you say belongs to Lufthansa Technik? You guys are one of the largest players, yes?
Yeah, if you look on the figures itself, 5,000 aircrafts flying around, and I think every fifth aircraft in the world, which is still operating at the moment, is maintained in one or the other side from LHT, from Lufthansa Technik.
So how is the fact that airlines want to have ubiquitous connectivity across their fleets, and the fact that more and more technologies are being integrated into the cabin, how is this changing business for you guys?
It's a big challenge, to be honest. We see it from our group fleets, but also from our customers, that there are different needs for connectivity. If you go to the line fit catalog of the big OEMs, you see one line fit option for connectivity, and that's not always the solution that the customers really need. So that's what we do at the market at the moment. We offer different connectivity solutions to the market that fits, for example, for a premium airline that needs a completely different connectivity solution. As, for example, a low-coster that only needs a small broadband to check the credit cards data, for example, to do duty-free. And that's exactly what we do. We offer a product catalog that contains more than one solution for nearly every modification program.
Right, so honestly, the aftermarket space is really where a lot of this connectivity installations are happening.
Yes, definitely. And what's interesting is people always ask me the upgrade market, when it starts. And for us, the upgrade market starts exactly after an aircraft is coming out from the line fit.
Right, a lot of them don't even fly at first. They'll bring it straight over to have their modifications done.
To bring in a premium eco class, to bring in another business class, to change something, because a line fit catalog from the OEMs for modification are exactly the same as the upgrade product catalog. So if you forget to install a connectivity system in the line fit, you can go for the solution in the upgrade service. But there are only, like I mentioned, one solution, and that is what we want to change.
Right. Okay. You guys are looking to sort of diversify your services out of, being thought of, I guess, as a service provider to Lufthansa Group airlines, and really work with lots of different airlines. So how are you going about that?
So first of all, Lufthansa is in our name, so that's very important for us. So nevertheless, we were approached from lots of our customers outside of the Lufthansa Group, and they asked us for help in the context of we need other modification solutions and not the modification solutions that are on the market right now. And that was the starting point. We saw, okay, let's talk about this. And we saw that there's a big need for customized, very clever, intelligent modification. And with our knowledge about MRO, about the MRO business, if you if you see what we see all of the aircraft, or most of the aircraft in our hangars, like they look like in the physical world. But if you go back to our airlines group, for example, we operate at the moment something about 800 aircraft. So we have lots of experience about flying these aircraft. How is the behavior of the aircraft in the air and in the operation? And if you fit all this together, you can develop, of course, for sure, the better products. If it comes to my department, it comes to cabin modification or modification, there is, of course, a big need for bring information about the difference between an OEM solution of a modification with an SB to the STC solution that is offered by third parties. And that's at the moment exactly what we do to explain the market what difference are between these both necessaries to bring modifications on the market in an aircraft. And that's one point why we raise the IAMA approach, for example.
Okay, and can you tell us a bit more about the IAMA approach? What is it?
Of course I can talk about IAMA. IAMA is the name, IAMA stands for Independent Aircraft Modifier Alliance, and the name say exactly what's behind it. I mentioned it before that lots of our customers approach us with ask for help to develop new modification that fits exactly in their fleets. And if we talk to them, and when they talk to them, they said, okay, but you do it with the help of an STC. STC stands for Supplement Type Certificate. That is the base that we create to bring everything what you want on an aircraft.
Right.
So, and we saw that there was a little bit uncertain about what's the real value of the STC and what's happened to the aircraft if is there another solution on the aircraft like it's coming from the OEMs. And okay, we said, why? Why do you think so? It's the same authority level, or we have to fulfill the same requirements like the OEM to bring something on the aircraft. So why is there so many unknown about the value of an STC? And then they comes and said, this is a point, and we are not able to transfer aircraft in a short way, and so on and so on. It's the quality of the STC. You never know what you get, was a big statement. And we said, okay, then we have to create something, and we approached our biggest competitors.
Yeah.
That was hard for us, by the way, to talk to them and say, hey, you must have the same problems. You also dealing with STCs. You also offered STCs to the market. So what do you see? And everybody we talked to was, oh my God, yes, you're absolutely right. So, and then we decided we have the same problem, and we have to work there together. And to be absolutely clear, this is not a Lufthansa Technik thing here.
Right.
This is a task force, if you like, or to combine strengths to show the market that there are real alternative solutions in the market that fulfill the same quality standards and the same standards to security like the OEM solutions.